This is a Sabitoru Rust Eraser. It's labeled as a rust eraser, but I want to find out what its limitations are. In today's video, we're going to really push the boundaries. The red one is what they call the fine grit, and the white one, that one right there, that's the medium grit. And you can definitely see that there's a texture difference between those two erasers. And so stay with me as we're going to kind of run through a series of neat tests to determine whether or not this thing is worth the money that they ask for it. It's actually quite inexpensive. And so here's the first test. Have you ever sharpened a knife on your Edge Pro and you forget to put tape on the table itself? That's what your knife's going to look like. So it's a lot of little scratches, a lot of scuffs. And as you can see right here with this little medium grit eraser, that top section just came off with literally no problem. So instead of fast forwarding right now, we're going to do real time so that you can kind of see how long it took me to remove these scratches and these scuff marks. And I think we may be into this right now. 10 seconds, 15 seconds, something like that. I am putting a decent amount of pressure, and I'm trying to encompass the entire blade when I'm doing this. So I don't want to just work one section, because I did notice that if I just work one section, it will remove the scuff marks and scratch marks, but it'll leave it kind of at a higher gloss finish. And so you really want to kind of work the entire thing. But check that out. There's that one little section that we did right there. So I'm going to do the whole thing now, and in a second, I'm going to give you a before and after. Man, that was cool. That was quick. All right, so this is what it looked like. And this is a before and after so that you can kind of take a peek. Now, that's with the medium grit only. Notice the before, that's the top one, and the after, that's the bottom one. Now, I also have the red, which is the fine grit, and in a minute, I'm going to show you that. But look at this other knife. This other knife has got scratch marks going perpendicular to the blade. So what I do is I start with a little bit of water, and these are a little deeper than the other one, than those scuffs left by the Edge Pro table. And I'm going to go ahead and switch to the fine grit and start working it that way. So what happens is, check this out. This is a before. That's the other side of the knife. That's the before. There's the after. Okay, so far, light scratches, light scuffs. Let's see if we can remove this. Have you ever gotten those little scratches when you're sharpening a knife because you tend to wobble the blade a little bit? Well, that's what that is right there. Those are those little scratches that are slightly deeper than your typical scuff marks that you would get. And I wanted to see whether it would do anything on this right here. So this is with slightly more force, okay? A little bit of force. Really probably 15 seconds. That's nice. It actually removed those scuff marks. All right, so here's another test. This is the second to last test. I was asked to reprofile a knife, and I'll make a video on it later. It's a barbecue knife. Anyway, this is what happened after I messed with the tip. I left these really crazy scratch marks from the grinder that I was using, and I wanted to find out whether this would have an effect on those particular marks. All right, and so let's take a look at this and see what happens. All right, so first the medium grit. Now I'm going to switch over to the fine grit, and I try to do the entire blade. So if you just do one little section, it's going to look uneven. All right, this is what that's going to look like after both the medium and the fine grit. And honestly, I wasn't expecting much. So this is mind-boggling for me. This is going to be for your sharpening stones, your wet stones. And I got to tell you, man, this thing cleans them up in seconds. And especially those higher grit stones like the choceras or the shaptons that tend to get that swarf sort of really embedded in the rock. This thing, couple passes, cleans them up, no problem. Okay, we're going to use this product for what it's actually intended for now. It's an actual rust eraser, and so I didn't have any kitchen knives that had rust on them because they're all cleaned up, but as you can see right here, it removes rust literally super fast with no problems at all. And in this case, we only used the medium grit, and you can use the fine grit, so it's not necessary to get them both, although it is cool to have both in the event that you want to really soften up some of those swirl marks that are left by the medium grit. So there you have it, Sabitoru Rust Eraser, multi-purpose eraser. Thanks for watching. Click in the description below, and I've left some links for where you can go check it out. And if you want to buy it, you can buy it through the link that we've provided in the description box, and in a very small way, you'll be helping support our channel. So we really appreciate that as well. Once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share if you like this video. Give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the kitchen.